Now let's start with a recap of the news. Now, I don't know where you've been, but Russia has invaded Ukraine, trying to take over the cities over there, trying to get control of a democratically elected sovereign nation, and it has the entire world frightened, myself included, because I think what is really going on here is that the president of Russia would like another nuclear superpower to get into war with him. Like, I don't know, over Uncle Sam. And seriously, I don't want Uncle Sam get involved in this argument. This is a family affair. I don't want make the two cousins them work it out, because if Uncle Sam come over here with them big gun and them big camp and them big war and them whole heap of ship and all of the nuclear fandangles that they have over there, and then Russia gets to take out all of their nuclear fandangles, and then they start to measure who has the biggest gun. Because you know what this is really about? It's all about a dick measuring competition. Yeah, I said it. Who's got the biggest penis? Because you know wars are always started by men. I'm just going to put that out there. But seriously, I don't want Uncle Sam to get involved with this whole thing right here. I'm actually pretty frightened about the whole thing. But can I just say that out of this crisis has come some good things. Good thing number one is, have you seen Ukraine's president? I mean, Mr. Zelensky, to you, he has stepped up. And he was a comedian, but you know, obviously comedians are serious people, because he stepped up. They tried to get him out of there, because you know when you watch the movies and you see the country's invaded, the leader jump in his helicopter and flee the scene right away. Homeboy is like, no, I don't need a ride. I need some big guns and some ammunition. Keep your ride. I'm here to fight. I'm going to stay in my country and defend it. I'm going to stay right here on the ground with my soldiers and show you how this thing goes. I must say, that is a definite difference, because, can you imagine some other presidents responding the same way? I know I can't. But, another thing that happened with this whole Russia-Ukraine situation, because you know how Jamaicans say, we have to find a way to get up in the seasoning, up in the pickle, up in the Kool-Aid, because that's how Jamaicans do. And in this whole scenario with the Jamaicans who were stuck in Ukraine, the students who were stuck in Ukraine and couldn't get home, and all of the back and forth on social media with the different ministers backing and forth and the yap, and you know, we just have to have a lot of flavor and extraness in the thing. But I really want to know, why didn't they just go get them from the beginning? Anyway, they eventually found their way and got them out of there. The Jamaicans, most of them are safely home, but for some reason, they don't want the Jamaican puss to come home. The puss never come to Jamaica yet, you know, and puss food there, so the puss will be all right. But apparently there are some administrative issues with, you know, the shots that the puss need, or if the puss was examined, or I'm not quite even sure what the full story is, because you're hearing a whole heap of different things. All I know is Homegirl says that she is not leaving her puss and she's still in Europe. I think that says something. She is sticking beside her puss, who was loyal to her, so she's loyal to her puss, and she's saying to Jamaica and Jamaican authorities, listen, this is a package deal. Either you take me and my puss, or leave me where I am. I respect that. But you know what? A lot of Jamaicans don't get her relationship with her puss, because we don't necessarily get so attached to our pets here in Jamaica. Well, most of us anyway. But I really hope it works out, because that cat has obviously brought her a lot of comfort and has been a good friend. And I mean, when you're alone in a foreign country, you find different ways to cope, and obviously this cat is very important to that process for her. So I really do hope that something works out soon. In the meantime, I hope that this war doesn't get any bigger, and I'm not quite sure what the Russian president wants, what his ask is to get him to stop attacking Ukraine, but something's got to give, and something's got to give soon, because my thing is, so if him conquer Ukraine, have him eye power next summer if he conquer, and then more conquering, and then before you know it, the big guns are back. Whew, I hope it doesn't get there. Like what you see so far? Click the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And don't go anywhere more. Yeah, I said it. Continue. Welcome to Yeah, I Said It. I am Shelly-Ann, author, activist, and passionate Jamaican. Now, today's main story is all about women. Yesterday was International Women's Day, and I must first of all say, before I even go any further, big ups to every single Jamaican woman, to every single black woman, to every single woman in the world, because women are awesome, and to every single girl, big up you too. Women have made it in a world that was not built for us, and we have solidified our places, and we are working on gaining more space and reclaiming our time and making a lot of noise and ensuring that things change, because we need things to change. There are a lot of issues that we need to address, and you know, I have my personal list of things that I would personally like to address, but I just want to say women are having a difficult time now. The pandemic wasn't kind to us. So many women had to leave the workforce because of the pandemic, because the caregiving burden is still the one that we have to bear. With a lot of things changing in the world, girls are more educated, women are getting educated, women are getting different types of jobs. We are definitely penetrating spaces that are usually occupied by men. Caregiving is still at our feet. So when kids aren't in school, women have to be home to take care of them. Elderly parents need to be nursed, and nursing homes have closed. The women have to give up their jobs to go and take care of them. That is just the fact. Something like 11 million women left the workplace in the United States through COVID. And, you know, I'm not quite sure what the number is here in Jamaica, but it is a significant number. A lot of women had to go home because they have to take care of their family during the pandemic. And on top of that, inflation. Oh, Jesus. Let me lean back a little for this. Inflation don't ease upon us, because there are a lot of products that only women buy. Just to get through our monthly cycle. Of course, I'm talking about periods. Those products have gone up, along with a lot of other products that only women use, and we still are earning less than our male counterparts. So life is getting more difficult for women, but the good thing is that we rise to the occasion. We take on challenges and we get better, and we become sharper, and we become smarter, and we overcome things. But it's still a lot of work, and somehow we're tired. Yeah, tired. But while we're here, there's some things that I would like to talk about that I think needs to be addressed as we continue to look at women advancing and women getting better. And before I get into some of those things, I just want to say big ups to the female leaders of the world, because we noted, we observed that in this pandemic, the women were like, excuse me, this is what you're supposed to do. And I'm talking specifically about some ladies that I personally admire internationally. We're talking about Jacinda Ardern. She is New Zealand's Prime Minister and a badass as far as I'm concerned. She's so awesome. Her management of the COVID pandemic in her country is just admirable. Seriously, you should go and take a look at it. And of course, I'm talking about Angela Merkel. Angela, how she pronounce her name? We know we're talking about the former German Chancellor. She was there through most of COVID. She's not the Chancellor there anymore, but she continues to leave a great legacy, and she was just a really, really great leader in a time of crisis. And I must say, and just pause and recognize and just give a round of applause for my favorite Prime Minister. I'm talking about none other than my best friend in my mind, Honorable Awesomeness, Mia Mottley, the Prime Minister of Barbados. She is so awesome. I admire her greatly, and she has no problem exalting and empowering and putting more women in powerful position. And of course, she is the one who made Rihanna, yeah, I said it, Riri, pregnant, belly a show, Riri, a national hero in her 30s. Who does that? That is so amazing. And not just that, but she was so innovative during this time with her country, and she got great things done. She is just a joy to watch. When every time I see Miss Motley talking on the stage, I stop what I'm doing and I listen, because she always has something absolutely important to say. Mia Motley, I hope I meet you one day. I admire you greatly. You inspire a lot of us. Keep on doing what you're doing and do some more things because it's awesome to like what you see so far. Click the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And don't go anywhere. More Yeah, I Said It continues. Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It. We're talking about all things women. Now, while we look at all the things that women have achieved and the great women leaders that I like, let's talk about my list of things that I mentioned earlier that I would like us to change. Chief on my list, and if y'all know me, you know I'm going to start. I would like to see better access to reproductive health care for women. And when I talk about reproductive health care, I'm talking about the entire thing. Everything that affects our pelvis, we need to have free access to it. Yes, I said it. Free access to it. I'm not asking for something that does not exist. If you look at countries around the world that have a thing called universal health care, reproductive health access is a part of that package. Now, when I talk about free access, I'm talking about from fertility right back to menopause and everything in between. We need to be able to talk to our different doctors that we need to see that's going to give us the help that we need so that we do not have to associate being woman with pain. Too many of us are living in pain right now because of some sort of reproductive health issues. When you look at miscarriages, we have miscarriages numbers going up and up and up. You see so many persons talking about the fact that they have 7 and 8 and 9 miscarriages. Then we talk about fibroids, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, just difficult periods, infertility, adenomyosis. I know I'm not remembering all of them because there are so many things that fall under the umbrella of reproductive health issues, and we need help. We cannot just leave most of the population to fend for themselves, especially when all of these things are very, very expensive to treat. They affect the quality of our lives. And we have things like the National Health Fund. Yes, let's talk about the National Health Fund. Why aren't these illnesses listed on the National Health Fund where we can get discounts on prescriptions and the other benefits? These are things that should be listed in there. We have a population that is mostly women, and a very high percentage, something like 70% or more of these women are affected by some sort of reproductive health issues. So that's the first thing that I would like to see us deal with. And y'all need to put women on the list of priorities when we're deciding how to allocate funds for different things. And our health needs to be on that list as well. Okay? And I'm not going to talk about this list without talking about free access to menstrual products. I don't need to give you any further explanation. Go and look at the first episode of Yeah, I Said It and follow my entire social media activity over the last 6 years. It's there too. Follow her flow, just in case. Right? Support for caregiving where women is concerned. I talked about caregiving earlier because caregiving is still a burden that women carry. Most of us alone. We are the ones who are responsible for the kids, the sick people, our elderly parents, anybody who needs care. It is our job. And a lot of the times we have to give that care at the deficiency of not taking care of something else that we have to take care of, and we have to pay that ultimate price, and we have to make that ultimate sacrifice. We need to have childcare available so that when our children are at school, we have somewhere that we can take them. Lots of persons are working right now. When their kids were working or was at home, when they were working from home, it worked out. We need to have more spaces that work from home is a possibility so that caregiving is possible while the work goes on. Caregiving cannot stop. And sometimes a woman has to choose between caregiving and earning money. And it takes cash to care. Equal pay for equal work. I'm going to say it again for all who need to listen. Equal pay for equal work. Yeah, I said it. We still have today in the country that boasts that we have the most women managers per capita in the world. We still are learning less than our male counterparts. That needs to change. I don't need to give you any reason for it. If the work is done, the requisite where the word name? Salary must be paid. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Equal work for equal pay. End of discussion. Now this one is kind of personal to me, so let me get comfortable. We need to eradicate laws that take away the autonomy from women. Yes, I'm talking about abortion laws, and I'm talking about that law that criminalizes female nipples. Oh, what law, Shelly? What law are you talking about? You don't know the law? Oh, let me enlighten you. In Jamaica, my beautiful paradise country, if you're a dude on a hot day, you could take off your shirt and walk around and nobody don't even notice you. But if I give you a nip slip right now, not only is this video going to be taken down from YouTube and put on some I'm going to get an email from somebody, but it is done. If it's done in public, it can be considered indecent exposure, and that is a crime. And the only part I have to show is my nipple. For some reason, somebody made a law. They debated it. They legislated it. They had discussions, and they signed documents that says that women nipples are against the law. I know what you're thinking. Impossible. Look it up. Go and check it out for yourself. That law needs to just go. And let me talk about the abortion law now. Abortion is health care. Abortion is a medical procedure that is necessary in female health care, in female reproductive health care. And the only person a woman needs to be talking to about her abortion is her medical professional. If she wants to include other people in conversation, that is up to her. But who she really needs to talk about, the absolute people who needs to be in the room, is she and her medical professional. But for some reason in this country, we have allowed pastors to somehow participate in this conversation. I don't know why. I don't know who give them the qualification. I don't care who them say them speak on behalf of. It is none of their business. And just FYI, since we're on the topic, illegal abortions only ostracizes and ostracize poor, desperate women and put them in a position where they have to go underground and be exploited, because the doctors who are willing to actually do the abortion will charge premium dollars, because if they're caught, they can be charged too. And if there are any issues, there's no recourse for that woman because the procedure is illegal. And wealthy women can have all the abortions they want. They can get up and they can fly to a country that allows free abortion, legal abortions. In some cases it's free too, but they can fly to a country that allows legal abortions, get their abortion done, and get on with their life. No worries, no problem. When the abortion law does, what it does is that it ostracizes, criminalizes, and leaves poor women in a position where they are forced to carry a child that they know that they cannot afford, that they know that they don't want, and in some cases that endangers their very life. This law serves no one, because as much as I claim to be interested, because every time I talk to my Christian friends who are into these abortion things, them don't want to hear nothing after the pitney ban. After the pitney ban, the mother is neglectful and she's this, and she should have kept her legs closed. Well, she didn't close her legs, she opened them, because all this law is really about is to control female sexuality. And because I personally believe that the world needs more orgasms, y'all need to get over that. Yeah, I said it. So this is the part of the show where I give you, just a little bit of personal note. And I just want to say, yes, I spent a few minutes, I don't know how long this is, but I spent a few minutes talking about women and Jamaican women and just bigging them up and just, women overall and some of the things that we have achieved that I'm actually pretty proud of. But I didn't talk a lot about men, and at this segment of the show, I'm going to spend some time talking about men. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk to men. Hi, men. I know I say I'm cussing all the time, but I don't cuss all of them. I cuss the people that who deserve cussing. But I want to say thank you. Thank you to the men who have shown support to us as we try to find a space in this world that serves us. Thank you to the men who, even though it can put them in a position where they don't always get what they want, because of their effort to elevate and empower women, they do it anyway. They stay in the discomfort and they still ensure that they do their best to give us the tools that we need so that we can elevate. Thank you to my favorite type of man, the evolving man, the man who continues to ask questions and get clarity so that he can be more equipped to deal with the different demands that's happening in this changing world. Thank you to the fathers of daughters who place yourself in an uncomfortable situation because of the love of your child, who ensures that even when she comes to you with challenging questions and, you know, different things that she wants to do, and everything in your upbringing tells you and screams at you to fight against it, you support her anyway. I want to say thank you. I want to say to you, we need you. Yes, I said it. Yeah, we need you. We need men. We cannot live without you. You are necessary for our continued growth, and we appreciate you. You know, it is said I've been accused of being very woman-centric, and I am. I'm very woman-centric. I'm pretty biased towards women, but I'm also biased towards good men. And you exist. I know you exist. I'm friends with a few of you, and I know that you are doing your part, and I know that for a lot of the times you are not as loud as the misbehaving men. And so I want to say to you, you matter. What you do matters. Your presence matters. Be present. Be present for your children. Don't just send the payment. Don't just send the money. Be present. Have a relationship with them. Have conversations with them. Let them know that you are there for them. Anyway, no matter what, it makes all the difference. Because at the end of the day, they will not remember how much money you spend, but they will remember the time. They will remember what you did, what you said. They will remember whether or not you were interested in what they liked. They will remember if you were there for them in that moment when they felt their lowest. They'll remember that. So don't just send the money. Be there. Be present. And ladies, women, appreciate that man. If he's a good one, appreciate him, love on him. Let him know that you see his effort and you appreciate it. And let us be better at communicating our needs, because sometimes that's why they don't get met. This is Yeah, I Said It. See you next week for another episode. Remember, orgasms are free. Have them often. Later. Thank you for watching another video. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friend, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Yeah, I Said It. Later, guys.